everyone, welcome to my channel. This channel is Forever Porty. This channel is dedicated to my hometown of Portland, Jamaica. And thank you so much for joining, for checking this video out. I really appreciate your time. Um, I have not made a video in a while, but I probably have several videos that I need to record. But I really wanted to record this one first and foremost, and then I'll have some upcoming videos for everyone. But I hope everyone's week went well, considering we are going into a new week and also going into a new year. If you follow the lunar calendar, New Year is coming up, so for everyone that is looking forward to that and having Lunar New Year celebrations, I hope that you have a fantabulous time, and I hope that the new year brings for you all the blessings and abundance of health, abundance of peace, abundance of prosperity, and what it is that your heart desires that is for your highest good, as they say, right? So I wanted to share this message. I've been talking about self-love. And once again, if you are new to my channel, because this is a relatively new channel, I share my opinion, I share my perspectives. I do tend to use things that are happening on an individual basis to and patterns within society to understand what's the collective, kind of the larger picture behind some of our individual experiences. And the goal of that is to help. I really believe that shining a light on something or bringing truth to something can really sometimes set us free. Truth can be freeing, and the more free we are, the more we can live more fulfilled lives, is my belief. The more we can embody what it is that we want to embody in life. So the freer we become, the more we can actually take on. We make more space to take on the qualities and the traits. So if we say, I want to have a more peaceful life, I want to be a more peaceful person. Well, if there are things within us that are not allowing more peace to come in, if we can free ourselves from that, then the goal is that ideally then we would have more peace be able to come in. So that's why the truth is tied to freedom. And with this freedom, we can live a higher life, higher quality of life. I'm not just talking about material wise, but just within ourselves, a higher quality of life. We can have more healing, because when we free ourselves from things that are holding us down, we have healed in some way and some level. And there are different depths of healing, right? Sometimes you just have a little scratch, and that's something that can be healed in 3 days. And sometimes you have a bigger cut, and that's something that takes 3 months to heal, right? So they're different levels, but the goal is, I'm sharing my opinions, I'm sharing my perspectives, if this is helpful to anyone, so it can bring truth and shining light, and to bring healing and unity, because when there is healing, then hopefully there's more space for us to be unified, for a person to be unified within themselves. And when we are unified within ourselves, then we can see unity around us, right? So anyway, that was a long way around it. And if you watch more of my videos, you'll find out I usually go the long way. But I wanted to talk about Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day recently passed, and it was a very interesting day. It was a day of reflection for me. Valentine's Day, for those of you who, or I'll explain the Western, maybe North American, United States of American concept of it is this day of celebration of love, usually romantic love, but can also extend to family, friends, children, And there are different versions of Valentine's Day. There's Galentine's Day, where you celebrate love with your, friends that are women. I don't think I've heard of men having like a male version of that, and so on and so forth. And other cultures have this day of love in other times of the year. I think March is the Valentine's Day, if you could call it that, for some East Asian countries. Needless to say, Valentine's Day came, and as a person that is working on self love, for me, it was really a time of just saying, you know what, I want to show some love to my inner child. And the concept of the inner child is something that I've read about this, and I've even read some scientists say that they don't really understand how it works. But if you embrace this concept of the inner child, and if you're doing work on yourself to heal yourself, it just really seems to work. It seems to work to acknowledge this concept of an inner child and to do work with this inner child, right? And so I saw a photo of myself as a child, and it really brought a lot of emotions to me. And these emotions were about love, right? Because it was Valentine's Day, and seeing this child and wanting to love this child, wanting to be there for this child, and wishing that child had more love. Um, it was very touching. It was very emotional. And I say this to say to anyone, I've never heard of this before. Have a Valentine's Day, and your Valentine's, let it be your inner child. Let your Valentine's be your inner child. I don't think I have really read enough on the inner child to be able to explain it very well, to the point that I usually feel comfortable to explain things. But I would definitely, anyone who is on the journey of self love, self exploration, self acceptance, read about this inner child work that is out there to be done. It can be very beneficial, but I think we should normalize this. I think we should make this a thing. Make your inner child be your Valentine. Whether you have a Valentine in your life or not, um, have a Valentine's Day with your inner child. And I guess technically you don't have to wait for Valentine's Day to celebrate and show love to your inner child. You can do it on any other day, right? But I think for several people, I don't know if I can say a lot or most. I would really want to say most, but I don't want to say most. And I really want to say a lot, but because I don't have numbers, but I think for several people, they can relate to this idea that, oh, yeah, having a Valentine's Day and having my inner child be my Valentine's is just a wonderful idea. It's lovely because why not? What is there to lose? What do you have to lose by doing this? What do you have to gain by doing this? What does your inner child have to gain by being your Valentine? And once again, it is a way to show honor, it's a way to show respect. Um, I'll even say it, if you have a photo of yourself as an inner child, take yourself out. Take yourself out to an activity that you love to do, or you loved to do as a child, or you would have wanted to do as a child, but maybe you did not have the opportunity, you did not have the means, you didn't have the circumstances come up to live that opportunity. Take your inner child out on a date. Show them some love. Take a photo if you have a physical photo. If you have, a photo on your phone, that should work. Why not? It might sound strange. You might say, well, but my inner child is inside of me. Why do I need to take a photo? I don't know. It's the same way that a thought is in your head, but then when you write it down on a piece of paper, you read it back and you're like, wow, is this really what I think? but it's in your head. You shouldn't be surprised that it is what you think. But sometimes when we take things out of one dimension and put it into another dimension, it can add a different level, a different layer of wow, of aha. So take a photo if you have a physical photo, or even print out the photo on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be from a photo lab. If you all remember those days or have lived those days of having to go to a photo lab to print out your photos, print it out on a piece of paper. Put it in color if you can. I think, print it in color if you can. It can make it more real, because, well, most people see in color. I think it would be more realistic. But if you have a black and white photo, maybe you don't have a color photo, maybe you have a black and white photo, that's fine also. Bring what you have, and bring that photo of that child with you, whatever photo you have. I mean, if you only have one photo, bring that one photo. If you have a photo of yourself as a child, maybe even in different stages of life, you have a baby photo, you have a 6 year old photo, 10 year old photo. Bring all of them along. Why not? Or you can have a different date for different stage of life. So maybe you say, okay, today I'm going to take this baby photo of me out, and we're going to have whatever it is that you like to have. And then tomorrow I will take this photo of 6 year old me out, and we will go to the park or whatever. And then I'm going to take this photo of this 13-year-old me, and try not to cringe, because sometimes we look back on those teenage years and we're like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking, right? But that's okay, because we are showing love. We are showing love. Um, so I think just having the physical aspect of it, taking it from just out of your head, and saying, okay, this is a separate thing from me, but it's not separate though, right? Um, but sometimes that creating that illusion of space and illusion of separation adds a different dimension to our understanding of an experience, of an identity. So yeah, however you want to do it, or maybe all in one day. You say, hey, in the morning I will do something for the baby, baby photo of me, and then in the afternoon I will do something for the teenager me, and then in the evening I will do something for dinner for the 20-year-old me, or whatever it is. But I think this, just show love, and say, hey, I know you've always wanted to do this. If this is the photo, I know you've just carried in your bag. If you can take it out, that's fine. Take it out, put it out somewhere. If you're dining, put it on the table and say, hey, this is your favorite meal. I know you loved enjoying this as a child, or you always wanted to have this. We're having it now, and I hope you enjoy it. Um, and try and sit with that. See the feeling that you have. What emotions are coming up for you? Go out if you love to play a sport. Maybe you love an activity, karaoke, the movies. Check in with yourself. How are you enjoying this? Just check in with yourself internally, and let that inner child see, yes, we are happy now. Not that our lives are perfect, and not that we don't have any more challenges that will come our way, but that where you are now, you are grateful to be there. And where you are now, you are grateful for your inner child, for the strength it took for them to persevere and be resilient, for you to be where you are, regardless of what your situation is. I can see situations where people say, well, I don't want to show my inner child this where I am. Sorry, I need to get situated a bit. People might say, I don't want to show my inner child this because this is not where I thought I would be, or this is not where I should be. I should be further along. I should be more accomplished. I should have more things. I should. And I shouldn't have. And I wish I could. And I wish I didn't. Etc. Etc. It's okay. You're not letting your inner child down. You're not letting your inner child down. I want to say inner children, really. I want to say inner children, but not to pluralize it. And I'm not trying to add, the kind of like a multiple personality thing to this. But what I'm saying is that people talk about the inner child, but children have different stages of development, and children can experience trauma at several ages and stages of life. So a child may experience trauma that they perceive to be trauma at 3 months old. And people say, oh, can they perceive that? Yeah, they can. It's a different perception that maybe because of the conscious mind, but subconsciously, our subconscious knows more than we do, and our body can store things. Body is a record. It can be like a computer. It stores information. It stores data. So when I'm saying your inner children, acknowledging that there could be multiple stages of development that might need individual attention, and why not? Why not? Why not say, hey, at 6 years old, I don't know, maybe, when our parents got divorced, this is how I was impacted by it. And then also at 15, when I transferred to a different city and had to make new friends and I was bullied or whatever it was, this is what I went through. Sometimes acknowledging those stages can be helpful because the inner child isn't always, I don't know, a child. Like it could be your inner teenager, right? It could be your inner teenager. I don't think I've heard anyone say inner teenager, but it could be your inner teenager. That's still a child in my mind. So yeah, taking the time to acknowledge those different stages of development and the things that you felt that you needed and the things that you didn't receive, and healing those things and saying, hey, inner teenager, inner child, inner adolescent, inner prepubescent, I am here for you. This is where we are right now. We're not perfect. We have things within ourselves to work on, but we love and we accept ourselves regardless of what choices we have made. We love and accept ourselves. And if once again, I highly recommend reading Louise Hay, learning about the work of Louise Hay, because she so adequately explains self-love, explain what is self-love, what is self-acceptance. And she says it starts by not criticizing ourselves, which for us, a lot of people, is hard to fathom. Not criticize yourself? Okay. Wouldn't that lead to arrogance and cockiness? No, not necessarily. It can. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but it can. But the goal is not to be cocky, right? The goal is to love and accept yourself and also change, versus changing from criticize, criticize, criticize. So because you're criticized, you change. It's loving yourself and changing. They don't need to be a versus situation. Either I love myself or I'm criticizing, right? So I really implore people to look into that. And it's up to you. How often do you want to do this? Do you say the whole month of February? Hey, whole month of February, I'm going to do something once a week. I'm going to do something every Wednesday because Wednesday is the favorite day, was my favorite day as a child, or whatever it was. Or maybe rewrite the programming, your least favorite day. Say, when we were growing up, my least favorite day was fill in the blank. I don't know, Friday. Because on Fridays, this used to happen. Fridays, I would have to walk a very long time to get home. The bus didn't run, and I had to walk, and I had to walk in these crowded streets, and I didn't feel very safe. And I had to, traverse through uncomfortable people, situations, and I want to rewrite the programming in my brain that Friday can be a good day. We don't have to say Friday is going to be our favorite day of the week. If you want to, you can try to rewrite that programming in your brain. But let's say that Friday won't be a dreaded day, right? Because my belief is, and my understanding from what I believe is, programming, what we have written and told ourselves is what we will experience in our lives. So if we see any programming there, then why not rewrite it if we want to have a better experience? So I'm very interested to hear people's thoughts on this. Has anyone done this before? Has anyone had their inner child as their Valentine? If so, how did it work for you? What was your experience? How did you do it? Did you just do a one-day celebration? Did you do the whole week? Did you do several days? Did you do one day a month? How are you doing this, and what are the results that you are seeing? I just did it for one day, and it really wasn't, it sounds like, what is this? It really isn't that hard. All I did was just try to remember that child in my heart. Because that child, the child that's carefree and laughing and playing and all these things and dreaming and creating, and however the child is doing math. I've seen some little kids solve calculus. And you're like, okay, well, that is the inner child that loves calculus, and that's okay. Inner child does not always have to be playing in mud or playing Barbie. Inner child can be, we're solving calculus. We know, we want to design, we want to create, we want to heal, we want to play. So I just kind of held that in my heart and say, inner child, I'm thinking about you today. You're in my heart, and I'm taking you out with me to my Valentine's Day event that I went to, and I want you to see me have fun, see me laugh, see me dance, see me be free, see that I am happy, see that I know how to be balanced, see that I have more peace in my life, see that the things that we wanted and dreamed for as a child, we have now. And I was very happy. I'm very happy that I did that, and I will absolutely do it again. It was a wonderful experience. I just felt connected. I felt really connected. And it wasn't about, oh, I need to go to the most expensive this and show that my life is perfect. It was, this is the day that we're living, and I want to show you the love and attention that you deserve. You could say that you deserved as a child, or that you deserve now. Either way. So I want to share this with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope that this probably is, I'm not sure if you've heard of this concept before, but if you continue to watch my videos, you'll probably hear a lot of things that are not out there like that too much. But I have to be honest and authentic about my ideas. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm the only person that has said this, but when something comes to me, I believe I should share it because once again, my goal is to share something that can help set people free and help bring healing, an individual healing, and can also be a collective healing. If we do things as a group, then we're all healing collectively, and we're shifting energies, old programmings, old belief systems that need to be cleared out so we can have a new freedom enter within us, a new peace, whatever, abundance of peace, abundance of joy, abundance of love. So happy belated Valentine's Day to you all. And I always close my videos out by wishing a happy birthday. So anyone that had a that had a birthday on Valentine's Day, or the day that you're watching this video, I want to tell you happy birthday. I hope that your birthday was filled with joy, abundance of love, and your birthday is also the start of your personal new year, because in the Western system, the first day of life on this earth is the day that you were born, and that's day one. So fast forward to 365 days later, then that's another year. So whatever day that is, it doesn't have to be on January the 1st, but 365 from the day you're born is a whole new year, right? So happy new year to you. And I really do wish and hope much peace, healing, freedom, and joy for you on your birthday. So if you learned anything from this video, if this has been helpful to you, I hope you can show some love to me and give a like and subscribe to the channel, and please share this message. Listen to the video again if you feel like, okay, I did not quite understand what she was saying. I'll give it another listen, and maybe it will come to you what it is. But thank you so much for being here, for watching this video. Many blessings to you. Peace and love. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Adios. Sayonara. Goodbye.